This wood floor has a repair in it. Look around. Can you spot the patch? Towards the end of this video, I'll show it to you. You have damage to your wood floors and you need them repaired. You don't have to cut out planks and worry about construction projects. You absolutely can patch that and you'll be happy with the result. My personal favorite for this is Plastic Wood Filler by DAP. This is not sponsored content. I just happen to like this one. Now let's talk surface prep. Make sure you get in there and clean out the damaged spot first. You want no loose fibers. It needs to be solid before you try to repair it. Link for the product, if you're curious, is in the video description down below. It comes in a few different colors, although I intend to try to stain it to match the existing floor, so we'll see how we do. You do want to give it a little bit of a stir before you work with it. Now you do want to keep it off of the surrounding surfaces. You want to try just to put it in the repair area. All right, this is just a standard everyday putty knife. You do want to fill a little bit above the finished surface because you're going to sand it down. So in some cases, you're going to want to let it dry that 15 minutes, give it a light sand, and do a few more coats. All right, let's let that dry. This is my favorite patching product in wood or laminate. It has real wood fibers that can be sanded, drilled, cut, screwed, planed, is shrink and crack resistant, and can be stained or painted to any color. This patch is rated for interior and exterior use. Okay, this is what it looks like when it's hardened. 15-minute cure time. Of course, it could be longer depending on your temperature and humidity. So we want to sand this down. I'm going to start with a little bit of a sharp edge and try to get that groove between the planks so it looks more realistic when it's finished. Next, come in with sandpaper. Here I got a fine grained sand block. All right, I'm liking the look of that. Now let's clean it off before we attempt to do a color match. Of course, it's super dusty after you sand, so you want to come in with just a little bit of a damp. Don't worry if you made a mess. So acetone will clean wood filler products off. So you could come in with a little bit of acetone if you spilled over your finished floor planks, and it'll clean it right up. So you could use paint or stain. I've opted for furniture markers. I've always loved these. It's literally stain, real wood stain in a marker container. So they're so easy to use. Now this is Brazilian cherry, so it's brown, but we have a little bit of a red tone to it. So we have to try to match. The wood filler product is called Natural on the label. They did have a couple other choices, but this is the only one that's even remotely close. Okay, so that one's called cherry. I think that might help. And you can blend these. You can get really fancy and use a artist's brush and try to get in there and simulate the wood grain. And now keep in mind, this is not paint. This is actually stain, so it will absorb in. Let's try a slightly lighter color. It's not going to be an exact match, but it's certainly a lot better than was there before. To lighten up, we found you actually can come back in with a gentle sanding block. And you can actually lighten if you go too dark. Now, I do want a little bit of polyurethane protector on there because the floor is, super well protected with polyurethane. That's what gives it that gloss and that sheen, and that's water protection. So we want to tape that repair area off and give it just a little bit of a spritz. Okay, so this is a spray-on polyurethane, interior water-based. They also had an oil-based, and you can pick between flat, semi-gloss, or super glossy. So I picked right in the middle, semi-gloss. I'm not going to use much of the product. I just want a little bit of protection there. Because you have raw wood with a wood filler product, you want a little bit of a sheen, a little bit of a protectant there. That will dry and harden up over time and be a waterproof barrier, a water-resistant barrier. Yeah, I like it. It has character. It actually looks like a natural knot that would occur in the wood, which is in some of the other planks. Okay, thanks for sticking around on this video. If you have any questions, let me know. By the way, the patch was right over there.